What is going on, you guys? Alright, so I am back with what I was gonna post last week, but I was just tired from the day, so I'm doing it now. But I've been putting it off for way too long, and so this is a movie that introduced me to Tracy Morgan, and I actually saw this movie when it came out in theaters, and I laughed my head off. I think this movie was, at the time, the movie that held the personal record of mine of having the most F-bombs. This is one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies, Cop Out. Let's get right into it. Alright, so the plot revolves around Jim and Paul. They're cops who, well, they have a certain reputation of doing things a certain way. And through a series of unfortunate events, this guy that they're interrogating in the opening, he's connected to this drug lord's brother. And he pretty much tells them, like, who's going to make the drop. And as soon as the guy that's about to do the drop figures out, oh shit, I've been ratted out, he kills him and then runs away, and Jim just by that much misses him. And Jim and Paul end up getting suspended. Now, Jim was counting on his income to pay for his daughter Ava's wedding. So he decides to sell this baseball card that is worth like 60 grand, I think 60 grand. Now, to understand the stakes of this wedding, Ava has a stepfather, and well, remember my underdog review? Take a guess who plays the stepfather.
It comes to it. I got it. Okay.
I'll see you later.
Hello.
Why, Earl? Why? Just look at his face when he says this.
Jimmy, I know 48,000 seems like a lot, but I'd really love to do this for Ava. Pay for the wedding, Jimmy.
It looks like he's about to massacre him. I mean, you find out why later on in the movie, why he hates this guy so much. But he was just like, no, I am not going to let this asshole pay for my daughter's wedding. And this character, Roy. Alright, keep in mind that he says this.
So why don't you go ahead and take that gun of yours and shoot yourself.
Also keep in mind that he, at the time, was in this show called My Name is Earl, where the premise of the show is his character lives by the philosophy of do good things happen to you. Do bad things, it'll come back to haunt you. Karma. Well, this comes back to bite him in the ass later. Yeah. And so, when Jim goes to try to sell the baseball card, Sean William Scott, of all people, shows up, tases him, takes the card, and runs off. And then, once he, like, gets information on like, who the guy is, they follow him to his next heist, and this dumbass actually is robbing a house. The first thing he does, goes to the bathroom to take a shit. Okay, what the hell? Didn't think of going before you left, or, you know what, I'm not even going down that rabbit hole. Anyway, they go in right as the people that live there come home. They of course tell them like there's a guy in there, he's robbing your house, but don't worry, we got him. We're gonna go in and get him. And the lady that owns the house actually is the one that saves the day. Damn near shoots his head off, curses them out, and they're all literally just staying there frozen, just watching her do it. I'm like, I mean, hell, I would too. It's just like, okay, this bitch is crazy, but at the same time, she means business. Just and then they get the information out of him who he sold it to, and so the people that the person sold it to is this drug lord. No lie, his name is Po Boy. Po Boy. That is the most ridiculous drug lord name I've ever freaking heard. And so he propositions them the card for their services. A Mercedes Benz that he owns that has, in his words, sentimental value. If they get the Mercedes Benz back to him, they get the card. And so they agree. And lo and behold, Po Boy, remember that guy that got away from Jim? His brother is a drug lord? Yeah, that drug lord is Po Boy. Oh, what an unbelievable coincidence. Like, seriously, that's, I don't know if that's either clever light, I don't know if that's clever writing or lazy writing, or just stupidly convenient plot convenience. Whatever. And so he gives his brother the task of following them to make sure that they don't get, too close. And they get a hold of the Mercedes Benz, and then they drive somewhere safe and find out that there's a woman in the back, and there's a woman in the trunk. She's wearing a crucifix that if you go like that, it's a flash drive, and it has information that can make Po Boy the drug kingpin of the entire East Coast. Like, that's why it's so sentimental, because of that flash drive. And when they find out, Juan, that's the guy that got away from Jim, he just like, oh shit, they gotta go. And then through some unfortunate circumstances, Juan is killed. And so while Po Boy and his gang are at Juan's funeral, they go in, break Sean William Scott out, and earlier in the movie, it's revealed that Paul, his wife, has been acting weird lately, and he thinks that she's cheating on him. And he installs this, like, teddy bear with a nanny cam. And I won't give it away, but there's some footage that makes it look like she cheated. And so Sean William Scott's character is actually giving Paul shit, like, hey, I bet your wife is cheating on you. He tries to use that joke, and well, it doesn't go over well. But then they bury the hatchet, and then when they get to Po Boy's house, this happens. Holy shit, I didn't even have the words. But then, as they're trying to get the card, Po Boy and his gang show up. A fight ensues. And while gearing up for the final showdown, Paul looks at the full video and sees that his wife had her gay cousin come over, and she's just like, "Hi, Paul. I found your video camera. I can't believe you don't trust me." As you should, Queen. As you should. Because he should have trusted you from the start. And then after all is said and done, Po Boy is killed. And going through all that trouble to get the baseball card, this happens.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
Winner of the Overacting Award goes to Tracy Morgan from Cop Out. Enjoy your prize, sir. Like, seriously, that's so over the top and ridiculously unnecessary. I don't know whether to feel uncomfortable or laugh. I just don't know. And then it cuts to the wedding, and remember when Roy was an asshole at dinner? Well, this is how it came back to bite him in the ass.
Hey, he should probably do it.
Oh, don't you love karma? So yeah, that is Cop Out. And honestly, it's still one of my favorite movies. So I definitely recommend the movie because the story is awesome. Alright, the characters. The main character, Jim, is Bruce Willis. It's just Bruce Willis being Bruce Willis. He's funny, he's a badass, he's a hard ass, and he wants nothing more than to pay for his daughter's wedding. And just a side note, his daughter, rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. Like, I'm not even going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I loved her in the Disney movie Ice Princess. I loved her in 17 again. I loved her in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I loved her in nearly everything that I saw her in. And she was talented. She was beautiful. And it's sad that we lost her last year. Alright, back to the review. Now, Paul, literally his character introduction is him, in his words, wait, how does he put it?
Stealing. It's called homage. What? Homage.
It's homage, jackass. It's homage. And literally his entire interrogation tactic is throwing out movie quotes. Like, seriously, I had to edit it down, but this is just a very small few selection of his quotes that he uses.
Tell us about the chicken. The Forbidden Zone was once a paradise. I got no place else to go. We're gonna need a bigger boat. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Say hello to my little friend. Like, seriously, Paul is a riot. And honestly, he's definitely my favorite character of the movie. And this was my introduction to Tracy Morgan. Po' boy, the only thing I can say for sure is he's obsessed with baseball. Other than that, other than him being, well, a drug lord and the bad guy, apart from someone else. Okay. Don't want to say anything bad. Don't want karma to, I don't want karma on my ass for it. Anyway, so yeah. And Dave, being Sean William Scott's character, he's a parkour expert. And he does this thing where he predicts what you're going to say and predicts it very well. And it's freaking hilarious. And so, overall, I love the characters. Alright, so what I didn't like was Paul's jealousy. He should have trusted his wife. Okay, that's it. Alright, so my final thoughts are, I love this movie when I first saw it. I love it more and more each time I see it. I definitely recommend it. Honestly, Jason Lee does not look good without facial hair. Seeing him without facial hair is like seeing me without sideburns. It's just freaking weird. But anyway, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I took my sleep aid and I am tired. So until next time, stay positive and stay awesome, everyone. See ya.